There are a million packing lists on the internet talking about what you should take with you for study abroad, but no one ever really talks about those things that you should leave out of your suitcase. Hi everyone, I'm Quinn and welcome to Away in Rome. With the uncertainty of what may be your first time going abroad for such a long period, there are so many unknowns, but I studied abroad for 2 semesters and I want to share with you some things that you think you need, but you definitely don't. And I know because these are things that I took with me, unpacked, didn't touch for a few months, and then only noticed again once I was packing up to go back home. For reference, when I studied abroad for the first time, I took a huge suitcase that weighed the max amount that the airline would allow, a backpack that was filled to the brim, and another personal carry-on that was also very full of my stuff. On my second go around, once I learned from my mistakes, I took that same huge suitcase, but it had a lot of extra room in it, didn't weigh as much. I didn't need an extra personal carry-on, and I had the same backpack, but again, was not as full. So I'd say that's some improvement and really had me sticking to the essentials. So let's get started. Don't pack any books unless you have some extra space, which I don't know why you would have extra space. Books weigh a lot and they're just space suckers. You're better off just getting an e-reader and loading up all the books you want to read on there, or buying books once you land in the country that you're going to. So that's a quick one. Just say no to physical books as much as you can and stock up once you get there, or buy an e-reader. Next, however many shoes you think you need, cut them in half. My first semester abroad, I took multiple flats, boots, sneakers, and truly, I just didn't need them. Once I was on the ground, I was mostly rotating the same 2 shoes over and over again, and there were also some shoes that I just could not resist buying once I was in Spain, so I wore those a lot too. There were shoes that I packed that took up so much space in my bag and literally went untouched for my entire semester. Pack for practicality, and for those pretty things, if you even end up needing them, buy them once you get to your host country. And that'll also serve as a really great memory and souvenir once you return to the United States. A sub point here, ladies, please do not take heels with you. Once you land, all they'll do is collect dust, especially if you're not the type of person to wear heels at home anyway. You don't just magically become a new person when you're abroad. So if you're not really a heels wearer at home, you won't become a heels wearer in whatever country you're in. All in all, keep it low key. Take your reliables with you that you know you wear all the time at home and will continue to wear abroad. And if you feel like you're missing anything, it'll be pretty easy to find it for an affordable price at a store in the new place that you'll be living. Based on my experience, I also wouldn't recommend taking more than 2 pairs of jeans. I took way too many pairs of jeans with me in my first semester just to realize by the end of it that I was switching between the same black and blue ones constantly. I didn't touch any of the other ones that I bought. When I was packing for my second semester, I decided I was only going to take those 2 pairs. As I was packing, my brain was just screaming,
"Take more, you'll need more pants. Trust us, you want more pants."
But I was completely fine. I also ended up, again, finding things that I loved while I was shopping around in Greece. So, take those 2 pairs of jeans, they will be enough. Even if you don't buy another pair of jeans, you will not need more. And don't forget, they have wash machines abroad too, so you will not have a problem just washing them and wearing again. And I hate to break it to you, but that blow dryer that you love, once you plug it in, will most likely fry and you will cry. A lot of American hair dryers run on lower voltage than what's available in Europe and other countries. There are some exceptions, but unless you fall in that camp, I'd recommend just leaving the dryer at home. The next group of things that you don't need to pack with you are multiple scarves, especially if you're going to Europe, which I've deemed the land of beautiful scarves. You do not need to bring your ones from home with you. There will definitely be some that catch you at your destination and you will not be at a loss for scarves, trust me. Next, I wouldn't really recommend packing a bunch of sweatpants because the rest of the world isn't as casual as your college campus. You don't have to be dressed to the nines, but you probably will stick out if you're walking around in sweatpants. If your personal style really includes sweatpants and that's how you like to style them, go ahead and rock it. But if you use them more as a convenience thing just because you can't be bothered putting on something else, I'd recommend just putting in the extra effort to put on some normal pants because you never know who you'll run into once you're abroad. And lastly, keep your special occasion fancy clothes to a minimum. You're a student and for the most part, you're probably not going anywhere spectacular. Stick to your favorite clothes that are easy to mix and match. It's just not worth the space to pack 4 or 5 super nice dresses and end up wearing maybe one and definitely not touching the rest. But if you were studying abroad and did get whisked away to a fancy gala or something, I definitely want to hear that story because that sounds fascinating. So those are the main things that I recommend not taking with you abroad. I think the main thing to keep in mind here is that once you get to your destination, you'll be able to find what you need. Take your favorites, take the reliable things in your closet that you know you can depend on, and if you ever need anything extra, you can pick it up once you're there. If there were any things that you took abroad but regretted, let me know down in the comments below. I'm very interested to hear, and I think that we can all help each other out to make sure that we're using this limited space we have as efficiently as possible for these 4 or more months that we'll be abroad. I'm definitely excited to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!